We all go a little mad sometimes.
Get you.
Here's Johnny.
Hello and welcome back to the Horror Hour, the show where we discuss, debate, and disagree on all things horror. I'm your host, Ben, and today with me are my fellow hosts, George.
Good evening, good morning.
And Yutaka.
Hello.
And today we have a very special treat for you because we are going to be going through, we've talked a lot this year. We've had Fear Street, we've talked about all these films that have come out. But we're going to look to the future, to the autumn and winter schedule of horror releases, TV shows and movies alike. And I'm very excited to get stuck in. And we may or may not have a special treat at the end, depending on if we decide to do it. And Georgia can cut that out if we don't end up doing trailer reactions.
Oh, we're gonna.
Okay.
We're at least getting one.
Someone's
Yutaka
adamant.
I know, Jesus. Yutaka, can't wait for you to edit this one.
And with that, I just have to ask, what's everyone's general feeling on the vibe for the rest of the year?
I'm looking forward to it. I think there's a few films in particular. Obviously, there's some major ones that are coming out over the end of 2021, the beginning of 2022. But I think there's some little gems that we could see popping up that aren't as well known. I think it's going to be a good time for horror, and I'm looking forward to. Let's see if we can reinvent this wheel and bring something new to the world. That's my thoughts.
I'm looking really forward to it just from There's Someone in Your House, which we'll probably talk about. But there's a lot of some original IPs coming up that I'm really excited about. Don't get me wrong, I love my sequels, but I'm also excited to see some new horror.
Well, you're going to have to probably bring them up yourself because we don't have that big of a list here, because it's very hard to find some of these movies. It's like they're hidden and they don't want to be found. So, good job, publicity teams. And with that, we're going to dive straight into probably what I would say is my most anticipated release of the coming weeks. That's probably because it's the closest, which is, of course, Mike Flanagan's Midnight Mass. I'm very, very excited for this, and mainly because September, October, that's the Mike Flanagan season. That's the time of the year when everything's getting dark, everything's getting, dull and dreary, and Mike Flanagan just captures that so well in his work. The cinematography and everything that he does is just stunning. He has truly perfected a look to his work that I think masters of their genre do as they move on, and I think Mike Flanagan truly has become a master. When it comes to this individual story, I know how much of a fan he is of this book, Midnight Mass. And so I think that whatever he brings his passion to, he will always deliver, because he's truly passionate about developing Midnight Mass, and I'm happy he's able to do it. So who's excited for Midnight Mass? And Yutaka, I genuinely just don't want you to speak about this, if that's okay. Like, you can just not. Cool?
Okay.
I'm still going to speak about that, and I'll probably cut that out too, since I'm editing.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
See, this is what George
God, he's
Orwell
creating a
warned us
false
about.
narrative.
Right? Jesus.
This is what 1984 was warning us, in that in 2021 you can do a podcast and someone will edit out all the funny bits. Horrible.
Well, okay, I'll go first then. I'm looking forward to it. I have a mixed relationship with his work. Some of it I really like. Sorry?
I said because you're wrong.
Because I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, if
Okay.
nobody is able to tell, George is clearly very sick. He probably has the Rona. He's lost all sense of taste. But we knew he never had that before because he likes Paranormal Activity movies, etc., etc. Yeah, keep talking there. You keep going.
But look, the thing with I'm not going to retaliate with anything so personal to you, Ben, because when they go low, we go high. All I will say is I just feel that sometimes he's not very good, like his inspiration, Stephen King, at doing endings. I found that the endings of both Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor in particular, probably more so Hill House, which is a little lackluster for me. Not to say he can't do well in anything else. I do thoroughly enjoy both of those shows. Although, as people like to tell me that I have no taste, I did actually prefer Bly Manor, but that's because I just preferred the cast in that. But I also like a lot of his other work. So I am looking forward to this. I like the setting. I'm looking forward to seeing what the cast have got. And I'm not too familiar with the source material. So I'm looking forward to learning about that as we go. So I'm going in with an open mind, as always. And yeah, hey, it looks cool. It looks interesting. If he can stick the landing to it, good for him. I'm looking forward to enjoying it no matter what. So that's my thoughts. Thanks.
Well, a lot wrong was said there, but I'm just going to move on and say that Mike Flanagan is a very big fan of Easter eggs. And so I rewatch his movies pretty often, but the last one I rewatched was, I think, back in March or April. It was Gerald's Game, which is a movie I really love. And you might not have noticed this, I never did, but she throws, Carla Gugino's character, she throws a book from the shelf, and that book was Midnight Mass, because Flanagan was always a very big fan. And I noticed that this time around, and I was like, that's coming out this year. I'm very, very excited for it. Yutaka, do you have any words before we move on to pretty much this is the last show. American Horror Story's already come out. Nobody really cares about that. So
he's not wrong though, George. Don't act surprised. This season has been terrible.
Let me tell you though, the trailer for part 2 looks really interesting. They released the trailer the other day.
Did they actually release that? Like, that's just insane. How was the interest so low? It's incredible.
Wait, well, they released a trailer.
It was. Well, it only came up today to me I saw it on TikTok. Other things are available, but I saw it on there. Like I think it was on during maybe it was the Met Gala or something. It was on during something big. They showed like a teaser for part 2, Death Valley, which I have to say looks a lot more interesting. But anyway, sorry. Agreed. Midnight Mass.
So Midnight Mass, surprisingly, Ben, you little angry leprechaun, I'm actually excited about this because I do have healthcare, sir. So I'll be cutting that out so we're not getting political here. You're not going to hurt me with that one, buddy. Dumbass. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I actually am looking forward to this. It's got a really huge cast. I'm excited that it's not a haunting. The Haunting of Hill House and the Haunting of Bly Manor weren't terrible, but I kind of have to agree with Ben, or not you, Ben, sorry, with George on the endings. So I am excited to see this. Again, this cast is huge, and I'm a huge fan of it. And I have to say, Henry Thomas has really been doing a lot of horror projects lately, and it's really kind of cool seeing him still in the acting game when I remember just, being a kid watching E.T. So it's really cool. And I'm actually really excited. I don't actually know much about this, so it makes it even more exciting. So yes, I will be watching this, Ben. So you and your little goblin attitude can calm the F down.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Henry Thomas, he's been in many horror projects recently, mainly for Mike Flanagan. He was in Gerald's Game very memorably. He was in The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor, To All the Boys 3, terrifying stuff. We're very, very proud
All right, fair enough
his
on
horror
that one.
filmography. And with that, we're going to move on to something that just sort of came across our radar yesterday, which is the very interesting looking film, really cool poster for Netflix coming out within the next few weeks, called There's Someone Inside Your House.
Yes.
What do we think about this?
Well, I know you didn't watch the trailer, so I won't give too much away because I did, and it looks like so much fun. Just to give you an overview, it is a graduating class. They're being targeted by a masked assailant who looks like them. It's somebody who's doing like the 3D printers of people's faces, and so they're wearing their victim's face when they go to kill them. I was like, that's kind of cool. But the trailer looked really good, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I agree. I watched the trailer. I wasn't sure what to expect. The poster gave me In the Tall Grass vibes, or Children of the Corn. But the post that is though. But the trailer was very different, and I could see, because it was like produced of Stranger Things. I could see the Stranger Things vibes within it. So I think it looks like a good mix of sort of, like it gives me a bit of Fear Streety with, like, a group of friends sort of thing. But also it looks like quite an interesting story. And I think that'll be fun. I wonder if it's a metaphor for self-destructive behavior, that in the end we all kill ourselves. I don't know. that was going to go somewhere and it didn't. But no, I'm looking forward to that. As you say, I don't look like that. I love a good metaphor, even if it's not there. But yeah, it looks really interesting, and looks like a lot of fun. Do I think it'll have longevity? I don't know. But I think it'll be one of those ones that'll be good for a Friday night with friends. I don't know that because I haven't got any, but if I did have friends, it'd be something I would watch with them. Sorry. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Sorry. Ben?
Jesus Christ. Okay. I'll just move on from that.
Okay.
If that works for everyone. People who are listening, like, just
Ben's
don't
not
engage.
into this,
Like,
whatever this is. So
don't DM him. Don't try to make him feel better. Just leave him the way he is. Just don't engage. You're probably just better off. And speaking of being better off, Lamb looks like a film that is going to be much better off than the rest of the horror films that came out this year. Like, Fear Street 1978. It looks like it's actually pretty complex. It looks really, really good, and it has an amazing cast. I don't know that much about it because, again, I don't watch trailers, but the cinematography looks incredible, and I think it's going to be quite disturbing and really, really cool, but also not pretentious, because I have like some of these slow burn horror films are just like, oh, I'm going to make you wait. I'm going to make you wait. And then they do some really stupid things in the last 10 minutes, and then they think they've done a movie. And it's like, nah, bro, that's not what I paid to see. Cough, cough, Hereditary. Fucking
cough,
hell.
cough,
That
Reminiscence. Come on now. But anyways, did you just comment and say how great the cinematography is? And you don't watch trailers?
Reminiscence is not a horror film. It literally, its box office is a horror film, but other than that, it's not a horror film. And it actually had a really good third act. That's like the best part about that movie. So, yikes. Like, just, I don't know what's going on with these two tonight. They've both probably been drinking, especially George.
Oh yeah.
Of all the people, it's George. Yes.
I have one glass of champagne once a year on Christmas Eve. Thank you very much.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Speaking of drinking, how did they make that lamb? Like, are they going to explain that in the movie?
I don't know. Did you watch the trailer?
No.
Okay.
I haven't seen the trailer for this either.
Yeah,
they don't actually state in the trailer. It looks good though. I'm really excited, and you can shit on Hereditary all you want. I still enjoy that movie. I think Toni Collette was amazing in that movie, but hey, it is what it is. You're just a child, so
it is what it is. It was fucking ridiculously stupid. Midsommar was interesting. I haven't really processed that movie, but I definitely didn't hate myself as much after I watched as when I did Hereditary. I was fuming after I watched Hereditary. I was like, what the fuck? But anyways, there's one thing.
Well, we can count out A24 ever coming here, so.
Lamb, I don't know when we're gonna get that. Like, it typically, like, those types of movies release in America, but overseas they just don't sometimes. Or if they do, it'll be several months from now. So we probably won't cover it until like best of 2022 even. Any final thoughts on Lamb before we move on?
No, I'm looking for that sounds no. It looks like an interesting one. I like Numi.
Numi Rapace. I love her.
Yeah, she's great, and they did a dirty in Alien Covenant. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I tend to think that non-English horror movies tend to be better. a lot of the time and scarier and more interesting. Maybe that's because I'm reading the subtitles the whole time, so I don't actually see what I'm like. Jesus Christ, when something happens on the screen. But yeah, let's see, and let's see how it is distributed, because sometimes like in the UK, it's like it's on at one cinema in the middle of nowhere if you want to go and see it, and you're like, great. So,
oh, that's funny.
we'll see, but yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. It looks pretty stunning, so I think we'll have something good to look at, even if it ends up. I think it looks pretty sinister, so I'm pretty excited. Moving on to a film that I don't think we're gonna have any disagreements over.
Oh God.
It's the GOAT. He's back. He's slashing his way through Haddonfield, Illinois. Once again, it's Halloween Kills, guys. It's back. You know, Yutaka, why do you seem so sad? Like, what did it do wrong?
Nothing. You just seem predictable.
It's literally what's next.
I know. I'm kidding.
Through the
I'm
thing.
excited. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna see it in theaters. I'm gonna watch it immediately once I get home. Oh yeah, no, I am
Peacock.
all in. I'm
Don't forget
really excited.
the perfect time to plug our watch along of Halloween Kills. You know, we're going to be doing a watch along of Halloween Kills closer to Halloween, about a week maybe after it comes out. We're very, very excited to do this. You can watch along with us. It's going to be very, very fun. We'll be announcing the specifics on that in a few weeks. So that's going to be a great time.
It will be if we all have the same opinion on it. I'm sure we will. I'm actually really looking forward to this. I wasn't too sure on when they announced like 3, and when they announced the names of them originally, and I was like, girl. But as soon as I saw that trailer and Jamie Lee Curtis screams in that raspy voice, no, let it burn, I was like, okay, I'm here, I'm ready, and I need it all now. So I'm very much looking forward to it. Has Universal done it dirty with putting it on Peacock? Absolutely. Absolutely.
What the fuck? Still angry about it.
But that doesn't, I mean, thankfully it is also in theaters. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing it on the big screen, because I don't think I actually saw, oh no, I did see Halloween, the last one in cinema. I didn't think I can't remember, I did not. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing, is this going to be farewell to Miss Strode? We'll see. I've got a feeling it will be, and I've got a feeling that the last one will be about bringing the new characters, my granddaughter and stuff into it. But either way, I think it looks like one of the strongest sequel coming up out of a lot of the sequels to films coming. So yeah, it's gonna be
I
good.
think when it comes to the rest of the year, there's not a film. I was excited really for 2 movies in 2021. It was Candyman and Halloween Kills. Everything else, I genuinely didn't care if they moved again. Spider-Man could have moved again for all I cared. Shang-Chi could have moved for all I cared. All these movies coming up could have moved. It wouldn't really make a difference to me, except for Halloween Kills and Candyman. And I've seen Candyman and I loved it. And I think I'll have a similar love and affinity for Halloween Kills. So I'm very excited. I do agree it was done dirty with this streaming release. Yeah.
No, hold on. Before you get all up in your tizzy, let's still remember there is technically it is. There is still a pandemic going on. And while I know some people are really, really pushing for it, I can see why there is that appeal. I also see that my dogs are really barking too, because the thunder. It's raining here. Sorry, guys.
Maybe it's Michael.
Yes. Oh God. No, but I'm just saying. So I do get a little frustrated when I hear people get mad about that, when there are some folks who are not able to see these projects because they're not able to, either their theaters are not open or they cannot go out because they're high risk. So it does make me a little annoyed when I hear that. So I'm just stating that's why I get frustrated. I think the announcement could have been a heck of a lot better, and I think it's because it got piss poor reviews at Venice, which, I mean, none of the, if you read the reviews, those are clearly people who don't like horror. Just from some of their opening lines, you'd be like, well, of course it's got
And the
violence.
reviews from
Halloween
people-
Kills.
And
But
the reviews from people who are normal critics, as in not pretentious assholes, were actually genuinely positive.
yeah. So I'm just, I
yeah.
think the announcement was pretty shitty, but I'm not gonna knock on where, you know, this entire past year, I've been very thankful earlier, especially earlier in the year, because of HBO Max. So I'm just stating.
Well,
you
if you
know.
wouldn't mind, I'd like to counter that by saying that's great, but that's for Americans. We do not have Peacock over here, so those
No,
people
you'll
who
be-
are
We do have HBO Max.
yeah, so
and
those
that
people
means-
who, like you're saying, who are unable to go and see these films, because I 100% agree with you, because of their, you know, self-isolating, or if they are, you know, more likely to catch anything, or, you know, just more vulnerable, they cannot watch it anyway. So it's
And
like,
it will therefore hurt the movie because it'll be available in America, and therefore it'll be available, a HD version will be available the day it comes out, so it'll be online. So even horror movies don't do well overseas anyway. Like, the only ones that really do well are the Conjuring ones, and this past Halloween film made like 90 something. That's relatively like incredible for a horror film to do well overseas. With this announcement, people will easily just not go and watch it on their phones.
Well, and
Easily.
I will
At the
say
click of the
though,
finger.
Universal though still, while it's here on Peacock, Universal still does offer. I'm not saying that it's not fair in terms of, yeah, it's going to be PVOD, but Universal still at least versus HBO Max, to where, yeah, that's pretty much here in the US. Universal still has PVOD outlets around the world.
any last thoughts on Halloween Kills before we move on?
I'm very excited for it to come out.
Me too. Yutaka?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I have a film, and I'm not sure, sorry to jump in here, Ben, but I just wanted to make sure that we mention it because I'm really looking forward to it. And it's coming out on October 6th, so 21 days to go. And that is actually VHS 94, which is going to be streaming on Shudder. Our friends who also follow us. Anyway, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to this film. I loved particularly VHS and VHS 2. VHS Viral, I wasn't 100% like on, but the first two I thought, I mean, VHS 2 to me is still phenomenal. I think it's I watched that film a lot. And I'm really looking forward to this. I was just reading the little plot before, and it says, after discovery of mysterious VHS tape, a British police SWAT team launch a high-intensity raid on a remote warehouse, only to discover a sinister cult compound whose collection of pre-recorded material uncovers a nightmarish conspiracy. So I'm looking forward to it. It's in the 90s. Maybe we'll get an overlap with Fear Street 1996. 1994, it's the same year. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's not, but they're
crossover.
British, and like Fear Street was in.
Well, it's only found in a British warehouse. Maybe the films could be from all over the world. Black market.
Like
know.
the incredible Unfriended Dark Web, which I would love to see another version of. But I don't want to have to watch the other VHS movies because I just didn't really enjoy them. The first one. I turned it off. It bored me.
Speaking of no taste, Jesus.
No. But
The
you don't like
VHS
I
found
bought it on
footage, do
Blu-ray
you?
and all. It was such a waste of money.
Oh my God, VHS was, I loved them both. I agree. Viral was not my favorite.
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to this. I can't wait.
But yeah, I just wanted to make sure we mentioned that film because it is one that I'm looking forward to. And I know it's not as big precedent in the world of horror as Halloween Kills is, of course, but I think it's still
It wasn't online. I didn't see it anywhere in any of the lists. And I spent a whole 7 minutes looking.
Wow.
So-
You didn't go on upcominghorrormovies.com though, did you? Where the full list is available there, like I have.
I didn't know.
No.
So if there's anything you think I missed, please shout because you don't have that much left. But anyway, speaking of
Upcominghorrormovies.com.
charities,
Yes.
The Last Night in Soho is going to release soon. And not looking too good for that movie, is it?
Sadly, I heard it was pretty blah, which
Yeah,
sucks because
well-
the trailer was great. The trailer was
Yeah.
It had potential. Yeah. It really looked like it was going to be something genre bendy that
Mhm.
could appeal to, I think what Edgar Wright tried to do, James Wan probably pulled off with *Malignant*. I feel like he tried to go with an homage to giallo horror films, which he said
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And again,
You
I
know
haven't
what,
seen
Ben?
*Malignant*. I'm gonna see it soon.
I appreciate you knowing that reference, though.
Yutaka, we're doing a horror podcast.
I know, but you know how many people didn't understand that reference when it's a different chat, but Red actually knew that too, but there were a lot of people who didn't get that reference or what James Wan was going for. And so it's upsetting because, I really enjoyed *Malignant*. The more and more I think about it, the more and more I enjoy it.
I'm excited to watch it.
But yeah, I get where you're going with that, and I'm just saying, Ben, giving you a compliment. It's cool. You don't have to take that compliment, but okay.
Oh, I'll take it because I get precisely one. One. Yeah, so I'll take it.
There just
so
needs to be
speaking of
one
people who,
person or one out of I don't know that quote. The gays are gonna kill me.
Compliments will not be heading towards Edgar Wright. Any potential for Oscars I thought this might have had, particularly for Anya Taylor-Joy, because people are really liking her. I thought it could have been like a supporting actress style. The general public really liked her, would get behind it. I don't see that happening whatsoever. I don't see the script. I barely see any technicals. I just think this is going to be a disaster. But I'm also kind of happy because that means I was kind of concerned it would take away from Halloween Kills. So to the degree that Halloween Kills will play in theaters, I don't think it'll have anything to worry about.
I mean, I'm just going for Matt Smith. I'd watch him in a silent podcast. So,
speaking
the clever
of
people would
Matt
get that
Smith
joke.
Matt Smith being silent in things, The Rise of Skywalker. You could try him there if he ever shows up. He doesn't, even though he was cast. Yeah. What happened, JJ?
Or we could look forward to seeing him in House of Dragon, the Game of Thrones spin-off coming next year, which, if it's anything like the last season of Game of Thrones, will really be a horror show. But I have faith because those people, David and Dan, I hope you're listening, and I hope you never work again, you pathetic pieces of shit. Thank you so much. Yutaka, please keep that in.
I was going to. In fact, if we make a trailer, that will.
Thank you. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I had a lot of high hopes for Last Night in Soho, mainly because I'm pretty much always in Soho in central London. So I was like, wow, this is gonna be really cool. And but the trailer did get me excited. But at the end of the trailer, I was a bit like this. Those parts of it where I was like, oh, I don't actually know. And then after hearing the reviews, I'm kind of like, I'm still gonna go and see it because you never know. A lot of people hate the stuff that I like, so I might really enjoy this film. So who knows? But yeah, I think I'm not going to put it down until I see it, and then I'll make a full decision. But yeah, it's not looking good out the gate so far.
No,
I still also do want to see it. So it just I don't know story-wise if it's there, but it looks just the visuals I do love. So
I think it's sad. I think any potential for box office or awards is gone for that film, but hopefully it'll become like something that could be beloved by like horror fans if it goes far enough. I think the problem with the movie that people said it just doesn't really fully embrace what it's going for, which is never a good thing.
That's true. So,
yeah.
Moving on, sad state of affairs there. Speaking of sad state of affairs, this poor movie was like this close to coming out. And then, shit happened. Antlers is finally coming out.
Okay.
That movie looks cool. What are you talking about? I don't even remember the trailer. I just see the poster. I'm like, damn, that looks cool. So, I don't watch trailers. So, trailer, I mean, it looked really deadly. And Guillermo del Toro's involved in some way. I think he's a producer. It'll be grand. It'll be a fun little film. I like movies like that, small, cool vibes. Antlers. You can never go wrong with antlers. They're just the coolest thing ever.
Halloween, yeah, that small, that small film.
Yeah.
I
What's the
just-
guy
I don't
done? The
know.
director? I'm trying to see what's his name. Scott Cooper. I'm trying to see what else he's.
I mean,
not a lot.
Jesse Plemons is in it, so that's nice, and so is Carrie
Legend.
Russell, and I do like them. Oh, Rory Cochran's in it. Huh.
He hasn't really directed anything of any substance. Black Mass, was that him?
That was a movie.
It was with Johnny Depp, Benedict
Johnny Depp,
Cumberbatch. Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing the poster and stuff for it, and I remember thinking, oh yeah, this is coming out. But it's been so long that I'm kind of like, if I'm in town and it's on, I might go and see it. I'm not. Maybe I need to watch the trailer again because it's been a long time. But yeah,
Had
I'm
great
not-
atmosphere. That's what I'm excited for. If you don't have atmosphere, I'm generally just not interested in your movie. But this looks like it's gonna have it.
October 29th as well.
Mm.
That's an interesting date. Okay. Oh, that looks good though.
Yeah, so I suppose we don't really have that much to say about Antlers. But boys, Resident Evil, you know, that's coming.
I'm not sure about that film. It
No?
looks like those stills. I know they're only stills, but those stills. I think I said to you guys, I thought it was a photo shoot for a Comic-Con, with those costumes. I was like,
I love the
And they-
cast. Come on, now they're good.
I'm going to
Makes
be
me
honest.
feel
I don't know any of the cast are. I haven't really looked into detail of who these people are anyway, so maybe that's why. This
Smelly
film,
bastard.
this film, I don't know. I don't like how they've got half the cast dressed up as like their Resident Evil like remake. Like they like where's the beret? Like where's like all this stuff? Like they're like this is going to be so close to the original. It's like is it? Like we know you took liberties with the original Resident Evil series, but nothing is ever going to compare to those games. So I think this series is never going to work. I just don't think some things translate well to media and film, particularly a lot of game things. And I don't know if Resident Evil will what people want. I don't think they'll ever be able to get it in movie form. I don't know. Yutaka, what are your thoughts?
I would like to see more. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm huge fan of the game, huge fan of the series. So, and when I say series, I mean video game series. The film series is hit or miss, for sure. I don't know. I'm excited, I would say, because I have hope. Because we'll actually get to see characters from the game. Doesn't mean they'll be done well. Not necessarily. I think the only time that I really enjoyed a character's portrayal was Ali Larter as Claire. I thought she was fabulous.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I'm excited. That's the best I can say because I want to have hope it's good. I really, really do. Because I agree, I would like to see a video game adaptation done well.
Hmm.
So
Because is there two of these going on? Is there
It's
like
a
two
series,
different?
right?
But isn't there two different Resident Evil things going on? Netflix has got a
Yeah.
series, correct? And then this is the film,
Mhm.
no?
Wait,
Yeah.
is this not the Netflix one?
One of them is Netflix, and one of them's something else, isn't there? But I don't know which one's which. This is why
I
it
think
gets-
one's like an anime thing, no?
Oh, that's already been released. It wasn't good.
No,
Oh.
There's an
Yeah, I
actual
think-
series coming, like a live
there's-
action series.
but this is the
Yeah.
film.
Yes, we're talking about the
I
film.
thought this was the series.
No, this is the film.
We're
Resident Evil, Welcome to
so
Raccoon City,
prepared
you know?
here.
I mean,
I don't really understand. I don't really know where all the rights are with this series.
yeah.
Like a lot of stuff recently, like the stuff we were discussing the other episode of Hellraiser. Like there's two different versions of that going out.
Mhm.
I think at this point, if you're going to reboot something, you need to do it like one at a time.
Again, it could be a rights issue. And it could be a money issue. I don't know the budget on the film versus the budget on the series.
Yeah. Whatevs, you know, we'll get something from Resident Evil at some point this year. At least we know it's coming in November, so we'll keep our eyes out. I I'm very excited. I think it'll be, fun. Zombies, cool. I like that stuff. Like, in my opinion, there's only really been one good video game movie, and that's the new Tomb Raider. Other than that, none of them have really hit, except for maybe Detective Pikachu, which I really liked, actually. So yeah, Detective Pikachu and Tomb Raider. That's it.
I'm surprised that we haven't got a trailer for this because it says it's dropping on the 24th of November.
Yeah, November.
I thought it was coming out next year.
No. Why? Like we said, it's after Spencer, and it's only like a few weeks after that. That's why we're doing it in an order here. We might not know what project we're talking about, but we know what the release dates are.
Okay,
So-
well, we should have been saying them throughout.
This is
Resident
Oh,
a
yeah, I
Evil
didn't
poor-
take that down.
I'm not gonna lie, this is a poorly done podcast today.
Isn't it good, guys, when one of the hosts has faith in what we're doing?
Yeah. Truly. Next up,
Sorry.
Oscar from why are you apologizing? Don't give the listeners any, ammunition to shoot at us. We can't apologize. We have to stand strong, brave face. We're happy we're not prepared, and we're proud of it. Nightmare Alley.
I don't know
Yes.
anything about it, so let me take a look.
You
Who's
don't?
in it?
It's like
Mm-mm.
Toni
Yeah.
Collette, Rooney Mara, Kate Blanchett, Bradley Cooper.
Oh,
That
they just
cast.
released images for that. That
Yeah.
does look good, but I don't know
Yeah.
literally I don't know anything about it.
Mm.
Cast wise, that's great. Oh, and it's Guillermo, so I mean, I'll probably enjoy it. I've loved everything he's done. I just
Everything.
okay, maybe not everything. When it comes to horror, though, I love Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that was
Yeah.
a great movie.
so great. So,
Side
wow,
note,
this
what's the
has a
opinions on The
cast.
Shape of Water here?
I still haven't seen that film.
I haven't seen it.
I hate you both. Oh, I hate you both so much. Oh, it's not even funny. How? What the fuck?
It's just a
You-
girl in love with a fish, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, you know what? That movie's for Sohail.
it just never appealed to me. Is it on? What's it on? Is it on Disney Plus or is it
Yeah.
HBO?
Is
It
it
should be
Disney
on Disney
Plus?
Plus.
I did not know.
For
Yeah,
us.
it is on Disney Plus.
Oh,
yeah.
because it's 20th
Yeah.
Century Fox. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no desire.
It should be on there. I don't think it is. I haven't seen it, but
No, I think it is because I
Like-
think I saw it the other week. and
Well,
But he didn't watch
I
it.
own it on Blu-ray because it deserves it. It's an amazing movie.
Sure.
If you like Guillermo del Toro, it's everything that guy does.
That was oh, this sounds terrible. That was something he did to get an Oscar.
And he earned it. People do this shit to get Oscars all the time.
I'm
And
just saying
typically
that's
they earn it.
yeah.
Like, people do Oscar bait all the time, but you need to at least in some way earn it. Like, you can't just completely phone it in.
I just had no desire to see that. So sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I am utterly disappointed. And wow.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I
I
just
will
had no
maybe watch
desire.
that film one day.
Please
But
do.
yeah,
It's actually really, really good.
I would like. I would.
Katie
No,
Spencer.
I would watch it. It's just I always think, oh yeah, I need to watch that film, but then I'm like, oh, let me watch Scream 2 again.
I like the way you think.
Thank you.
Speaking of Scream 5 is next. Actually, yeah.
Oh my god.
So George, just go off.
I always feel bad that I do this because Yutaka was obviously the original Scream fan here. I'm just really over the top with
It's
my
very true.
like
I
he was there
was.
to see it in cinema, like
Ah,
but I'm just really loud. So Yutaka, you go
That's true
first,
too.
please, because I think that's
I will be honest. Yes, I am truly. This is one of my most anticipated films. I wish Wes were still alive to have made this. I have complete faith in Radio Silence because Ready or Not was fantastic. But I am so excited. They have the cast. They've got the old blood, the new blood. I can't wait to really see this one in theaters because, as George had mentioned, I've seen all the other ones in theaters. To me, it's I can't get over how much I enjoyed those films. Even the fourth one, because let's be honest, Emma Roberts, when she goes crazy at the end, freaking loved it. I remember in theaters just like, oh my God, did she just do that? Bitch pulling out her own hair, jumping on the damn glass table, justice for Kirby.
I think she's in Scream 5. I do have a feeling she's in it.
I swear that would be amazing. But I'm so excited for this film, and I can't wait. But I'll let now George go because he will be louder, whereas I'm more heartfelt.
Yeah, I don't see yet when I haven't seen anything, so that's maybe why I don't see how this movie can fail. From looking at it from a perspective of when you look at it as an overview of who's involved, and when you've seen like the little, even just when they've shared images of them in the studio, like editing it, and you look at the color scheme and stuff, and I'm just like, this looks like the first Scream.
Does.
I'm really, really excited. It genuinely is my most anticipated film of the last 10 years, easily. I'm not even joking. So
it's impressive.
I live and breathe Scream. If you're watching the YouTube version on our YouTube channel, the Horror Hour, you'll be able to see I always have my little Scream decollage memorabilia at the back and a pumpkin. But yeah, I am hoping for a good story that involved both new and old characters. I hope they're all utilized correctly. And if it is time to say goodbye to old characters, I hope it's done in a way that everyone goes, do you know what? Yeah, it feels right. I just don't want them to do anyone dirty. But my feeling is that at least one of the main three is going to die. So I think it will be done well. And as you say, as Yutaka said, I do have faith in Radio Silence, especially after, of course, Radio or Not, but after even when Nev said that they sent her a letter and said exactly what they wanted to do with it. I do believe that Nev I feel like if it wasn't good, she would have said no. I do genuinely. I know she hasn't got anything else, and people go, "Oh, she'll do it for the money." I genuinely believe that she would have said no if it wasn't right. The same way that Jamie has said no to previous Halloween movies. So I'm really looking forward to it. And as you say, it's got a great cast. It'd be interesting to see the music choice. Obviously, Marco's not doing the music.
Didn't think about that.
So I would really appreciate, though, even though Marco is no longer doing the music, I would like Sydney's theme somewhere in it because it's so iconic. It's like, it needs to be in there. But yes, I'm looking forward to seeing. I need the opening of Scream. There hasn't been a great, memorable opening of Scream since the original. The others have been interesting. Scream 2 was a lot of fun. Scream 3 wasn't anything, and Scream 4 was just like, do you want to be meta? Let's be meta. So
that film tried way too hard.
Yeah. But I really hope, nothing will ever beat the original, but I really hope that there is something of substance for the opening scene. And yeah, I hope it delivers because that is what everyone remembers. So yeah, I'm getting emotional thinking about it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm tired and it's late. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this movie. It's been a long time coming, and I just hope it does Wes proud, and I just hope it. If it is the end for some of the cast, then I hope it's just done correctly. And I will, even though I've said it before, I would still watch the series if some characters didn't make it through or it was goodbye to them, because I would like to see where the story goes. I watched the Scream TV series and Nev Campbell wasn't in that, and I really enjoyed the first 2 seasons of that. So, but yeah, let's see what it's got. At the moment, we haven't got anything. They're like, do you want a teaser? You're not going to get one. We're just going to release this film.
Well, they did say though it's going to be like I think it's going to be very meta, and that I thought they said that they couldn't really do a trailer because it would give too much away. Mm-hmm. Which I'm okay with that. I don't mind.
We're gonna get one in front of Halloween, I'd say.
Huh?
Yeah,
maybe.
I think we might get Look, I don't need a full 3-minute trailer. I don't need a Halloween Kills trailer. All I need is shots of the cast with a phone ringing and hearing "Hello, Sydney," and then a shot of Sydney at the end, and that's all I need. Then I will happily be ready. But I just need something to get me going. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't need a trailer. I don't need story. I don't need background of anybody. I just need, like, very similar to the teaser trailer for Scream 4, when it was just him having a little monologue over the phone with
Mhm.
the, welcome home, Sydney, like that sort of thing. That is all I'd need to be excited for it, to hear the voice and to see Sydney Prescott again and to see the look of the new characters physically on screen. But sorry, I've talked a lot. Ben, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm pretty excited. Yeah,
Okay.
you just said everything.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
that too.
Well, Scream, I feel Scream 2022 is Man in Yutaka's Halloween Kills. So
I think Halloween Kills would be Yutaka's Halloween Kills. Would it be
Really?
Yutaka?
are you looking forward to more to Halloween Kills than Scream?
I mean, I
They're
might
tied
have
for
the
me.
one behind me, which is actually because it got the
Yeah.
biggest response at CinemaCon, and it's a new IP. So this is actually what I'm most excited about.
Look at him being all strong, looking out for the original movies. Well, me and George are just gonna support
I
our
am
sequels
so
because they need
excited
it.
for Scream. You have no idea.
Hmm.
But I still do love a good original story. I'll let you announce this next one, but I'll give my reasons why I'm really excited. Even
Yeah.
though I've not seen, none of us have seen anything of it, but
Yeah. So with that final movie, although maybe before we launch into the actual final movie, we just talk about some of the to be announced movies.
Okay. Yeah.
is this going to be like a list of 50 things? Like,
There's two. There's
okay,
two.
just making sure.
Yeah. So very excitingly, we have the follow-up film from George's best friend, director of Host, Dashcam.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is gonna
I
be
do want to
really
see that.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited
Host
for
is
that.
incredible.
It was, you know what? Finding out the making of that though, and how much the cast was committed and how they just filmed all of that. I mean, that is incredible. And it's a great story. And yes, I am excited for this, but yes, George's best friend. Sorry.
Yeah.
My best friend. For those of you who don't, this isn't an inside joke. Rob Savage, who is the director of Host, follows me on Twitter. That's because when I watched Host straight away, I was like, this is, and obviously everyone knows, or you should all know by now, that I'm a huge fan of found footage films. Sorry. I'm a huge fan of found footage films. And so Host was a new IP, and it was very well done. And it was a new take. And it was at a time when we were like, oh shit, none of us can leave our homes.
Right.
So it felt very much like, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to Dashcam. I think, like we've discussed before, and we did discuss this when we were talking about our favorite horror films, and I mentioned found footage. It can get stale as a genre, and I think it's about finding new and interesting ways to rev it up. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing this version of it. There's something about, you can do what you want and have a, this is the thing. Give me a shitty camera, like, any day over some of these found footage films that are like, look at my new camera. It's like, why have you got a 4K Sony Universal Pictures fucking camera for your birthday, babe, when they film these found footage films? And they're like,
If only they had one in Hell House, we'd actually know what happened.
it's the whole point. Anyway, we're not talking about
Sure
Hell
it
House.
I didn't even make the comment, so you can't even give me shade.
No, I'm not giving you shade. Ben just likes to reiterate that. But as I'm saying, I think found footage works a lot better, or seems a lot more. Maybe it's the whole realistic element when you look at, like, they're not filmed, like when there's my mum's like, I can't watch them. They're too shaky. Make me feel sick. I'm like, well, yeah, otherwise it wouldn't be found footage, would it, Alison? It would be a stick. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, hi mum, if you're listening. But yeah, I'm looking forward to, like, that. I just think the idea of a dash cam's really cool. And, like, as we say, dash cams on, they're not known for being 4K. So I think it'll make you think, if you're looking at, like, is that something I can see over there? Or is it just, it distorting things? And that's what I mean. Like, whereas with some new found footage films that are filmed on proper, feature film cameras, they kind of don't feel like you're getting the same vibe. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be an exciting shake up for fan footage.
So can I mention a film that is actually going to be premiering on Shudder this month that we might have access to see?
Of course
Yes,
you can.
Shudder, please sponsor us.
I know, but I did tell George to see this. I saw this before. I mean, I can't go into great detail, but when it was on PVOD, when they did day and date release here, but it wasn't really released in many theaters, sadly. But Seance is actually a horror film that is written and directed by Simon Barrett. You're Next, The Guest. So just saying.
It looks good. I definitely am going to watch it. From the poster, it gives me it looks very camp. It looks very the picture gives me the Craft vibes. I don't know if that's like that in the film, but it looks like a lot of fun.
I like the vibes I could see that.
So another film with the Queen, but anyway.
I may have watched Seance already 6 times.
Damn.
Okay.
So yeah, that film I'm looking forward to watching.
Speaking of The Craft, did any of you watch the movie they made last year?
No.
No.
Did you?
Are you serious? Of course I didn't.
Okay, I was. Oh my god.
What?
Did that give you a heart attack? I didn't know somebody was going to be at the door.
Is it your door?
Yeah, whose door did you think it was?
I didn't know it was Ben's, and I was like, oh my god, it's midnight.
No.
We don't have a doorbell.
So we'll just go.
This is why I
Here's
thought he
your
lived
package.
this is why I thought he lived in a very small place. Not small place, but village. Not a village.
Have you not got a ring doorbell to see who's at the door?
No.
No, not you. I mean Yutaka.
Oh, Yutaka.
Oh no.
You need one of those. Oh my god, they're scary though. I think. Sorry.
But the fear in your face when the doorbell went off.
Because we're talking about horror films. Doorbells always go off in horror films. You're waiting for you to answer the
God.
door and go, hello, is anybody there? Who's there?
Don't just say who's there. Don't you watch horror movies?
You know
Basically,
what? I
Netflix.
can't.
Go on.
Okay, let's talk about this last film because I'm really
No,
excited
there's
about
one more. There's
Yeah.
one more to TBA.
Oh.
Very unfortunate. I'd wish it wasn't. But unfortunately, we have a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Coming this
I'm
year.
actually I'm looking forward to this. I don't know much about it. I don't know. Have they cast it?
Yeah, Elsie Fisher's in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I've liked most of them. I have to say their first, when they did the actual remake, that's what kicked off a lot of these remakes, and they did a great job. So I'm hoping it's in the same vein. I don't mind. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad it's on streaming. There's been a lot of these of remakes and reboots of Texas Chainsaw Massacre in particular.
Yeah.
Like lots of random spin-offy things in the last since the 2003 2006, because they're obviously a double one. Don't do that face.
There's only been
Yutaka.
2.
I'm trying to think. There was the 3D one, and then there was the
Leatherface. That's it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, but I felt like there was loads. There's only those 2, but they were came about in I don't know. So I'm all down for Leatherface. I think he's a cool guy. I'm intrigued, but it depends what they do with the story. I don't know. Like we said, the first one was originally the themes were set in reality.
It was
and
an
then-
excellent metaphor for capitalism. It truly, truly was. I will send that video essay to you both. Mind blowing when this person laid it out for me. I didn't really enjoy the movie when I watched it. I honestly thought it was bad. It was fine. And for the time, it was very cheap, obviously. So they can only do so much. But learning about how they made it and that video essay really made me appreciate it more. I'm never going to watch it again because I didn't enjoy it. But I really appreciated what they tried to do. And you could not make a sequel to that movie, and they explain why you can't. So the fact that there's going to be 9 really defeats the purpose of the original. So I will send that to you both. And also, this film got disastrous test screenings. That's the main reason it's going to streaming. It got disastrous test screenings. So we'll see.
We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I'll take any horror films at this point. And
We've had Fear Street.
Yeah.
We've
Don't
been
act
fed
like you
so
hated
well.
Fear Street.
Who? Me?
No, even Ben. So we
I'm
all
being
liked.
sarcastic.
Oh, I was
You
gonna
know,
say.
it's mainly just digging at you. Like, you know,
Well, your sarcasm
fun-
sucks. But
funny
I'm
stuff,
just saying we
you know?
all liked a portion of Fear Street.
yeah.
I would say the segue for me would be like Yutaka's doorbell might be ringing, but there's something that's going to be ringing later this year, and that is the black phone. Yutaka, take it away.
Oh my god, yes. Oh yeah, anyway, so no, I actually oh, there we go. I'm actually really excited because it's an original. It also reteams Scott Derrickson, Ethan Hawke, Robert Cargill, I think Joe no, I'm not sure of Joe Hill. I think it's a short story, but it's reteaming all of them, and come on, Sinister. It's such a great film, and I'm really excited for this. And also James Ransone, and he was in the Sinister series. Jeremy Davies. There's just so much I'm excited about, and it also did get the biggest response for a horror film at CinemaCon. People really enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to it. I cannot wait.
When's this film due out? Do we not know yet?
January 28th. And so
there's
sadly, I
plenty of
think
time.
Scream will probably be its biggest competition. If
Yeah.
not, I mean,
If Spider-Man's big enough, I could see it beating out Scream.
They're very different audiences, though.
yeah.
Although I'm part of both of them. If it was like, if somebody said to me though, I would. If somebody
It's
said
not
you
a
have to
question.
Spider-Man
Scream
or
5.
Scream, yeah,
I
it
would
would be
go see
Scream
Scream,
5.
yeah.
If it was that multiverse of madness, then we're going to have a think. But Spider-Man,
No, we don't. Scream 5.
Scream. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Either way, I'm excited for this. I freaking love Scott Derrickson. So.
No, I think it's gonna be really good. I was
And
really
maybe our last guest possibly was working on this film. So
Legend.
Maggie said she was, didn't she?
No, yes,
Yeah.
she did.
Yeah,
She was the second unit director.
Yeah. So it'll be great. I'm looking forward to seeing. I don't know. I don't think much has come out about the film anyway. Really.
Nothing.
And obviously the reviews have been like, spoiler free and hush hush. Everyone's just like, it's really good. So I'm looking forward to it and seeing what it's got to offer. As we say, we like a new film, a new series. So let's see what it's got. Let's see if the goods are there, and if we can continue them. And then next time we can have the Black Mobile as a sequel, and the Black iPad.
I think we've learned with Scott Derrickson, like with Sinister 2, unless he directs it, I don't think there should be,
Yeah, I mean, Sinister though is very difficult.
Sinister 2 was a little rough. I still enjoyed it, but it was hard to recapture that magic of Sinister.
The fear.
It's, you know what? I haven't watched that in a while. Maybe I'll watch that tonight. It's rainy outside. My doorbell rang. I'll just go ahead and watch it. But
when they get dragged into the worst death for me, I just don't like drowning though, is when they're all on the tide to the sun lounges and pulled into the
right.
Oof. I mean, they're all gross, but
that was something I do love something to where not all the deaths really happen. Like you couldn't directly see some of them on screen, but it was still kind of terrifying at the thought of what was happening. And obviously the sound and there's just so many great things about Sinister,
and a great mix of found footage and normal cinema as well.
So I'm really excited, and I didn't even know Blumhouse is producing this too, so it's already moving more and more up my list in general of just films of that I'm excited for, but this right now is, I mean, it was top of my list, but now it's really kind of like soared over everything else because there's a lot of things going for it that I'm very excited. So
one thing that's not going forward is its release date. I'd like it to get out there. Like, just with Scream, Spider-Man still being there, and January in general not being the best month for movies. Like, there have been hits, but
I
they're
think
few and far
though,
between.
you know, though,
If it-
horror films really do well though in the winter, like in January and February. They really do. And if
Yeah,
there's
like the
something that
vibe I'm at.
Blumhouse has done is either this could be the budgets are good, so the box office doesn't have to be outrageous to still be a success, but also they've got like the legs on some of their films. It's pretty impressive. Even if they don't open huge, they still continue to just keep racking up, you know, either word of mouth or repeat viewings.
But I don't see it being pushed back, as in like going further back, because then it gets too close to the other one, and that's probably the reason that it's not
Which one?
further.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's so hard to like remember when all these movies are coming out anyway.
there's so many like films coming out. over the
And they
next,
keep
like,
getting pushed back that I don't know when any of these are coming out for the most part.
honestly, I'll be
I
shocked.
just stopped caring.
Yeah, like
Like,
one
they'll
day
come out when
I'll
they come out.
just I'll walk to the cinema and I'll be like, oh wait, the new Jurassic World's on. What the heck? Like, I just won't know what's on at this point. Like, it's
I mean, well, I know you guys don't have HBO Max, so that's a sore subject, but this film doesn't look good anyways, and that's Clint Eastwood's new film. That debuts Friday.
what film?
Cry Macho?
Cry Macho.
Oh yes.
I mean, good for him. He's still making movies. He's 90 fucking 3.
No,
Good
he
for
looks
him,
happy
but
and
I mean,
healthy.
he does.
No,
I
sorry.
mean,
I
to the
was
extent
thinking
a 93-year-old can.
I knew where
Oh,
you were going with that.
thanks. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Good for you.
You look happy and healthy.
Okay, it's too late for this. Are we
Yeah, it is.
finished?
Yeah,
wrap
I
up
think
then.
we are. I don't even know how to
Okay.
end it.
Then, well, I have an ending. Out of all the films that we've discussed so far, then which one are you all most looking forward to the most? That wasn't a sentence, but there you go. Which one are you looking forward to the most out of the films we just discussed on the future slate here?
Are you asking us or the audience?
No, I'm asking. Well, the audience can let us know in the comments below. Let us know what film you're looking forward to, which films you're not very much looking forward to. If there's any we
If
missed,
they've made it this far, they probably left during your Spencer run.
I'm cutting that one out. There's no way. There's a couple things.
Release
took
that as
you-
an individual video.
Yeah.
Just release that. As
send
like
me
its
the
own little
footage,
thing.
and I'll start hashtag release the Spencer cut.
I think what I might actually do when editing this, because I want to try something, just hear me out. I'm going to re-listen to everything, because I actually do, because I get nervous when we do the, you know what I'm talking about. But maybe I was going to actually edit it to where the films we talk about, and then we could put chapters in to see how that video would do.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
somebody said, because we have long videos, maybe we should put chapters. And I'll purposely cut a separate thing for the Spencer and
The
send
Spencer-
that to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Imagine
And then
the
I'll
Antlers
post it
video.
on my
It'd be
TikTok.
25 seconds.
Yeah.
Huh?
The Antlers video would be 25 seconds.
I would
because
say,
usually
I was
very
going to tell you,
unresponsive.
what's your one you're least looking forward to? That'd be that one. And obviously the one I'm most excited for is Black Phone.
So, Yutaka, you're most looking forward to Black Phone out of all the ones we discussed. yeah?
Oh, almost looking forward. Oh God, that doesn't make
No.
sense.
I'm saying sorry. Out of all the ones we discussed, Black Phone is the one you're most looking forward to.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, it is.
Ben.
Halloween Kills. I mean,
Oh gosh,
just can't.
shocker.
and I'm least looking forward to. Honestly, I'm pretty like generally Texas Chainsaw. I'll say Texas Chainsaw
That's okay. Yeah, that's fair.
because only for I was so excited when I saw the poster, who was involved, the story direction they were going in. But
Shit, I need to look up that
I'm
poster.
typically not deterred by test screenings, but these ones were just horrendous. Like I can't even like really, really bad. So I'm just not looking forward to this at all.
Okay, fair enough.
George.
Yeah, well, obviously mine is Scream. But I also just like to quickly mention that we should say of films that are TV shows that are almost coming out. We have Chucky on Sci-Fi,
I know what you
Oh
did
my
last
God, how
summer.
the fuck
and
did
I know
we
what you did
forget
last summer.
that?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's all right. Watch Julie come back somehow. Bitch. Helen
I
deserved
think
to
I know what you
live.
did last summer is going to be terrible, by the way. I really think that's going to be bad.
I'm gonna agree with you on that because we
Just
haven't
the
really.
stills look terrible.
Oh yeah, and we haven't heard. It's interesting. It comes out the same time as Chucky, and Chucky, we've already had all this information. We've had all these trailers, and that looks great. Nothing on this.
October's two-pack. There's too much stuff coming out in October.
I'm
Like,
excited. Are you
Halloween.
kidding me?
I'm excited, but I'm also concerned because I want all of these things to do well. I feel like Chucky will have its legs cut off by like stuff coming out like Venom and Halloween. And I know Digital Summer stands no chance against all that stuff. Last night in Soho and Antlers at the end of the month, Dune and Bond in there somehow.
I don't even know what Chucky is going to be airing on over where you guys are.
We have
I mean,
Sci-Fi.
here. Oh, do you have Sci-Fi? Okay, so here it's on 2 networks, USA and Sci-Fi. And so I think that's still actually going to do really well for that. And so far, the fan response, that like just seeing the fans have been really great. And the press and all the promotions they're doing. Oh God, I would be mortified if it failed because it just they're doing a great job and just I don't know. I'm excited and I want it to succeed because I want a season 2.
Yeah, and I think just to say to everyone who's listening, you know, there's a lot of stuff that is coming out over the next few months, and there will be probably a lot more separate videos that are available just on our YouTube channel that will be dedicated to like, so they won't be part of the podcast, but they will be like, you know, because there's so much that we want to cover, but we can't do a podcast episode and everything. So there may be, you know, short videos of different things where we discuss, you know, a lot of the stuff that's coming out. There may be I know we did last summer recap and stuff like that and Chucky things on the YouTube channel, rather than full things. So make sure you do go over, that's what I'm trying to say, and subscribe to the YouTube channel because there will be extra tidbits that you don't get. So we may reference them in future podcasts and you're like, what's going on? And we're like, well, you should have subscribed to us. And then you'll be like, oh, damn, I should have. And then you do. And then you're so happy. And then life's great.
So please stick around for next week. It's going to be pretty explosive. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks for sticking through it. If you have, you probably haven't. No one's ever going to hear this. But goodbye, you know?
Bye, guys.
Bye.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour. See you next time.